But that's why they just, you let Kin walk. You let those guys walk. But then there's something in the middle. And something in the middle is more, I need to get in, run a training camp, implement a scheme, and see if guys sink or swim. And there's a lot of guys on that bubble right now that are good players, but that I'm sure Aaron Glenn is looking at and going, there's some things I need to see. I bet Brees Hall is one of those players. I'm going to name the good ones because there's obvious ones, right? There's definitely some guys where you look at it and go, like Tony Adams is probably projected today to start at safety. I think Tony Adams will be given a chance to prove that he can hang on to this roster and be a third safety or whatever it is, but you get the point. But the good players, Brees Hall, Will McDonald, I mean, there's a world where Quincy is kind of in that because it's a new scheme and he's due to get paid after this year.
Yep.
And they're going to have to figure out if they want to pay him. So there are some players in those spots and Malachi Corley is a player that we have no expectations at all.
1.5 or whatever we tweeted the other day.
Yeah, season 1.5. Yeah. When you're the Jets, though, you're probably looking at it like, can this guy be our number 4? Yeah. Gadget plays, screens, obviously 4 wide receiver sets, because that's a spot we don't want to have to draft again. Yeah. Like laugh all we want, we do laugh because we have zero expectations for someone like that. But this regime didn't draft Malachi Corley, didn't trade up in the 3rd round to get him. They are just trying to solve roster spots so they don't have to address them immediately. So taking an edge player to me would fall into that bracket where you didn't have to do that. Maybe you need to next year. Maybe Jermaine doesn't look right off the Achilles. Maybe Will McDonald takes a huge step back in a different scheme. I hope they don't, and I don't think they will. But those are things you want to see and then figure out later. You can't go into this year without a surefire right tackle. You can't go into this year without a real tight end. Like, those are non-negotiables throughout the draft, in a draft where you don't have a million picks. So that's my problem with the idea of being open to taking an edge at 7. You haven't earned the right to be open to that right now. Yeah. You haven't. You got work to do in other areas. Then you could address those.